name's Zenoviana, and welcome to my channel. This is my series on r/WhereAreAllTheGoodMen, which is basically a very misogynistic subreddit where guys make fun of women's Tinder bios, shame women for sleeping around or for being single mothers, and where they complain that women won't sleep with them. Okay, the next post is titled, "You Can't Make This Stuff Up." So the girl wrote in her Tinder bio, "Not looking for a serious relationship right now, but I want attention and affection. Not looking for a fuckboy messing with multiples. But this girl got needs. Basically, I want a relationship, but I don't want a relationship. I want a fuckboy, but I don't want a fuckboy. Like a relationship, but without the title. I don't know, give me a break. I'm female. Am I really supposed to know what I need?" So this bio is just an utter train wreck. Although I can definitely relate to the idea of sometimes not wanting anything serious, but also not wanting to be messed around. But it's really important to be clear about what you want, especially when dating online. She really should have had a long think about what she wanted before getting on Tinder. When people aren't clear about what they want, that's when people get hurt and messed around. And people make assumptions instead of actually communicating what they want. This always happens where one person thinks the relationship is very serious, and there's even a possibility of getting married in the distant future, while the other person doesn't even see it as a relationship, just thinks they're friends with benefits and is currently texting other people. All of that could have been avoided if the couple were honest about what they wanted from the start. I also really hate her little sexist joke at the end. It's just furthering stereotypes. And it's like she's trying to be seen as just some dumb girl. And someone commented saying, "The mentality of a toddler in the body of a 34-year-old. Baby needs her adult diapers to be changed, and she wants her veggie cubes right now." Which honestly I think is fair enough. This bio is the kind of thing you'd expect to hear from a 13-year-old, not a 34-year-old. You'd think by her age she'd know what she wants. And it's just ridiculously hypocritical that she's saying that she doesn't want some fuckboy who's gonna sleep with other women, but that she's allowed to sleep with other men because she has needs. You can't have your cake and eat it. Either it's a completely exclusive relationship where neither of you is allowed to sleep with other people, or it's an open relationship where you're both allowed to sleep with other people. You can't have a half-open, half-exclusive relationship. And even if she managed to find a guy who would agree to that, he would have to be a complete cuck with absolutely no self-esteem who just lets everyone walk all over him. And even someone like that would eventually let the jealousy engulf them, and then they'd start to resent her. The next post is of a Tinder bio, and it's titled, "34-year-old plus-size Justin Bieber posts a direct picture of her breasts because you creepy if you ask to sleep with her." All of her pictures show a massive amount of cleavage, and in her bio she wrote, "All I want to do is smoke and chill with a normal person. Don't tip me up unless you actually have bud to smoke. Stop asking to fuck when we literally never even met. Y'all are some creeps. Don't hit me up if you aren't taking COVID seriously. I don't use social media. Alcohol is gross. I like to complain. No military, cops, guns, or conspiracy theorists. RVA made me." Okay, first of all, it's just really stupid that she has chosen to post pictures practically of her bare breasts on a dating app that's very well known for being used for hookups, and then complains that guys have been asking to sleep with her. Like, come on, seriously, have some common sense. On dating apps, it's very important how you market yourself. If you post pictures of practically your bare breasts, of course guys are going to assume that you only want a one-night stand. But in her defense, even when a girl doesn't have any revealing pictures, they'll still get a ton of messages from complete creeps. But you get what I mean. Also, the COVID part. I mean, she's saying she wants to chill and smoke together. So I'm sure she means in her or their car or house. I highly doubt that she's looking for a socially distanced 6 feet apart outdoor smoke. Plus, she's saying she wants to share weed. You really shouldn't be going around shaming others for not taking COVID seriously when you yourself want to meet up with complete strangers and touch things that they have touched. And the last part of her bio that says, no military, cops, guns, or conspiracy theorists. I'm definitely with her on this part. I've never understood the idea of dating someone in the military. I like to spend a lot of time with the person I'm dating, and when I have children, I'd want the children's father to always be there for them, and I'd want the childcare and the housework to be at least mostly 50-50, which obviously wouldn't be possible if they were away half the time on duty. I would maybe date a police officer, but there are tons of statistics that say a large amount of police officers abuse their wives and children. So I can understand her being against dating them. I don't agree with guns. While I love reading, researching, and listening to podcasts about conspiracy theories, and believe it's important to question things and not just believe everything your government tells you, I definitely wouldn't want to date a guy that actually believed in them. Because in my experience, guys like that tend to be pretty creepy and they always try to force you to believe in what they believe in. Okay, the next post is of a girl asking for relationship advice after her boyfriend discovered that she had sex for money before they were dating. My 24 female, boyfriend 25 male found out that I had sex for money before we were together, and we've been together for 4 months. Last night I fell asleep, and while he was on ecstasy, he went through all my photos, and there were screenshots that showed that I had sex for money. I woke up at 5 a.m. and noticed that he wasn't in bed with me, and my phone was gone. So I went out to the living room and he said to me, "Tell me the truth, were you an escort?" I wasn't. "I've only had sex twice for money." I said, "No, what the hell?" So I told him the truth, that I have had sex for money. So he packed all his stuff and put it in his car. And he called me all types of names. I called my dad and he had a discussion with my dad. He slept on the couch last night and told me he basically wanted nothing to do with me. He said he would have stayed with me if I had been honest and told him before. But since I hid it from him, he says he no longer loves me or cares about me. He's apparently going to my dad's house to talk to him today. I love this boy with all my heart, and my emotions are in shambles. I'm very loyal to him and would never do anything to hurt him. I really want to stay with him, but I'm not sure if he wants to work things out. But I don't know what to do. Please help. Okay, I've always wondered this with sex work. It's one of the many reasons I would never do it, because I wouldn't want a partner to think less of me, or even leave me if I told them about it. But I also wouldn't want to keep it a secret, because I think it's great when you're dating someone and you tell them everything, and feel completely comfortable with them. I would never want to keep a huge secret from someone I was dating. And now that sex work is becoming more and more common with things like OnlyFans, people who would probably never even consider standing on a street corner at night or stripping are doing OnlyFans, because they probably see it as not as serious as other forms of sex work. I mean, it's so easy to just take some pictures and videos. You don't feel like you have to consider the consequences as much. But this is a very real consequence. You'll still have to tell your future partners about it, and they may seriously not be comfortable with it. Even if it was just a few pictures and videos, and even if you stopped doing it years ago. And what if they want to have children in the future? What do they think their future kids would think about it? And how humiliated would they feel if those pictures and videos got spread around their kid's school? And he says it would be different if she had told him earlier. But I mean, that's why people keep secrets. She was obviously scared of telling him in case he'd leave her, and there is no way of knowing whether or not he would have reacted the same way if she had told him earlier. It's like when you do something wrong when you were a kid. Adults will tell you that you should be honest with them. But sometimes, even when you were honest with them, you'd still get shouted at. And then you start blaming yourself and thinking that you shouldn't have told them. Also, I think it's really important to point out that drugs and alcohol shouldn't be used as an excuse for anything. Yes, they affect your mood and give you more energy or sometimes less energy. But they don't possess your body and force you to do things that you wouldn't have done otherwise. He chose to go through her phone. The ecstasy didn't force him to do that. He has a right to be uncomfortable. Everyone has things that are deal breakers for them in a relationship, and we all have the right to leave when boundaries are crossed or when we're just not happy. I also find it kind of weird how the dad is getting involved, and this must be one of the worst nightmares for parents. I wonder if he knew about this situation before, or if he just randomly got this phone call and had to defend his daughter. But all in all, it really sounds like it should just end. He's obviously very angry, and you definitely shouldn't force someone to stay with you. If they want to leave, just let them leave. I'm sure she'll be able to find someone else. Okay, that's the end of today's video. Comment down below about what you thought about these posts. Do any of these posts not deserve to be on the subreddit? Do you agree with any of the titles? And what do you think about this subreddit in general? Is it misogynistic or is it okay? Come back next week for my next video, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye!